Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Commander Training. My name is Scoundrel. Before we get into this video content, which is about the meta, I do want to let you know that this video is brought to you by EA Game Changers, and EA have sponsored this video. So, what is the meta? Well, this video is going to cover the meta, what the word means, how to find out about the meta, and what you can do to make meta work for you in your current tier. So, first of all, what is meta? Well, meta is a word used to describe the current popular decks or units that are being used in Command & Conquer Rivals. Meta is often defined by balance updates, it's often defined by pro players or high-level players, and it is also defined by win rates and individual strengths of the units being used. Metas will shift variably. I know that the meta that in the league that I am is going to be different to the meta of the leagues before, and obviously wildly different to the meta in the leagues way above me. It's also going to be different between GDI and NOD. GDI and NOD will have their own meta depending on who you're playing up against, and meta will shift depending on the types of decks you're playing, the types of decks you're playing up against, the frequency of those decks, and that really gives meta the encapsulating, ever-evolving beast that it is. Because it shifts based on what people play. That's what meta is. It's the popular stuff. So if a popular deck occurs and arises, people will build a deck to counter it, and suddenly more people will be playing those counters, and suddenly the meta shifts to be that counter deck, and then people counter that counter deck, and so on and so forth. But how do you find out about the meta? Well, there are numerous things you can do. Playing lots of games will give you an indication about the units that people are using on the regular. For instance, if I play games now, I might notice that people are using a lot of attack bikes, and so I'm going to want to build a deck that is good at dealing with attack bikes. You'll also want to have a look at your inbox to note when there has been any balance updates. Balance updates will wildly affect the popular units and therefore will affect the meta. And finally, you can go to the leaderboard. Now, take this with a pinch of salt, because as I said, the meta that works for someone like Alicia Destiny, who is currently the #1 ranked Command & Conquer Rivals player, is unlikely to be a meta that works for you. However, I can look at Alicia Destiny's most popular deck, and I can give it a try. That is the meta that is the top of the Command & Conquer Rivals leaderboard, and therefore there must have some good win conditions for these particular cards and particular decks. So, that's the way you try it out. By playing games, you'll get a flavour for the meta, and you'll be able to counter that with your own decks. So in this particular game, I am running with a deck that I have ran with throughout the entirety of this specific league that I'm in. I like to rush the opponent's Harvester very early on with my Jump Jet units. This basically makes it very difficult for my opponent to get ahead. He's also gone for the missile units, which means I'm going to kite around his Harvester to be a nuisance, basically. I'm going to pop then my own Harvester down. And again, I'm just microing around his Harvester. People at this level aren't the best at dealing with... Oh, God. So, people at this level aren't the best at dealing with rushes onto their Harvesters. Oh, no, please. Yeah, there we go. And that means I'm going to get a really early Tech Lab out. I'm also probably going to pop out a Predator. But I'm going to try and take control of the point just early on. So I actually got a huge boost in terms of my units there. I am going to send my missile units down here. And I'm going to try and body block for my Predator tank. There we go. Going to get another Harvester out. There's no point in sacking that. I might as well trade up. And again, he wasn't particularly very good at dealing with the micro that I put forward. I'm also going to pop and try and heal my dude. And I'm going to get on to the point. Like this. And I end up taking the point. Oh, no. Okay, sweet. Alright, he's popped one of those guys out, but I'm going to get zone troopers on the board. And suddenly, we are in a very commanding position in this game. I know from my own personal experience in this meta that people are very bad at dealing with... People are very, bad at dealing with rushes onto... rushes onto their backline and rushes onto their Harvesters. So I'm actually going to even do it again here. I am contesting 2 points. I've got a brilliant contest up with my Predator tank. He's spamming units right now, and I'm just gonna make it really annoying for him. Gonna get to the back line and deal with another one of his harvesters. Well, I've got double harvesters out right now. At this point, I've practically won the game, all because of an initial harvester rush. He's got a sandstorm, but it's probably too late at this point, as I'm just gonna spam some more zone troopers. And again, sandstorm really bad against these particular targets. I'm also gonna start healing those guys up as well. Not much way he can come back from this situation, and again, that's because I know at this meta, people are very bad at dealing with rushes onto. Oh God, I need to get onto this. He actually made a pretty good play there. But people are very bad at dealing with rushes onto their harvester, and I should be able to secure the game. In fact, I should be able to make a really easy secure onto the game just by getting onto this platform in a minute, like this. I'm going to continue to strangle his harvester production, and I'm going to get onto the platform with my dudes getting healed up. And this has been a pretty easy win, I'm not going to lie. And that's because, again, they always tend to rush harvester in this meta. And so you can rush their harvester if you've got those jump jets or a nod attack bikes, and it makes it so easy for you to win games. It's all about understanding what you're playing up against and knowing how to counter it. So we had a brief overview of the meta in this video, and again, it's something that you'll come to understand as you go on. Make sure you also check out your favourite Command & Conquer Rivals content creators, because it's very likely they will be covering the meta and the shifts in the meta and what the good units are right now too. See you soon.